That heartbreak that shattered you, the job that slipped through your fingers, even that random moment that flipped your world upside down, none of it was coincidence. Before you ever took your first breath, a part of you, the eternal part, said yes to all of it. Not for punishment, not for karma, but as part of a sacred agreement, a soul-level contract drawn up by a wiser, timeless version of yourself. In this story, we'll uncover how to recognize those invisible signatures, why some pacts sting so deeply, who signed alongside you, including that one person who constantly tests your limits, and how you can renegotiate the terms while you're still alive. Because long before the memories, the name, or the form, your soul was already awake, already watching, already planning. It stood at the edge of eternity like a voyager studying a map. Which childhood will sharpen my empathy? Which failure will crack open my pride? Which love will teach me to receive? Most people picture life as a straight line: birth, survive, die. But the soul sketches spirals. It doesn't think in minutes and years. It thinks in lessons, qualities, expansions. It sat with a single burning question: what will stretch me into a larger version of love? And every answer became a scene in your unfolding movie, right down to the family, the heartbreaks, the gifts, and the storms. Life is not a fully scripted nor random. Think of it as chess. The pieces are set, the goal is clear, but the way you move, those are your improvisations. Free will is the paintbrush. The soul contract is only the canvas. Have you ever walked into a room and felt deja vu, or locked eyes with a stranger and felt the air hum? Those are soul echoes, proofs that your life is not an accident. Even the painful surprises are hidden compass points, nudging you back to your greater path. You knew this wouldn't be easy. You knew there would be laughter and grief, betrayal and healing. Yet you came, because souls do not grow in convenience. They expand through experience, and no soul travels alone. Every pivotal person, parent, partner, rival, or casual acquaintance appeared in that pre-life council, that cosmic round table where roles were assigned like actors choosing parts in a play. Yes, even the antagonist agreed to wear the villain's mask so you could discover your strength. Some of those allies incarnate with you as your soul family. Others stay off stage as guides. Those intuitive nudges, the sudden ideas in the shower, the unexpected comfort in a dark hour. Then come the soulmates, catalysts who wake you up, sometimes with tenderness, sometimes with pain, but always with purpose. Beyond them stretch collective contracts, agreements woven by entire generations, planet-wide events, social movements, cultural shocks. You may be one thread in a vast tapestry of awakening. Every contract is custom-tailored. Some souls study compassion, others practice courage. Many sign up for betrayal so they can master loyalty, or volunteer for loss so they can learn detachment. Unconditional love, forgiveness, resilience, these aren't abstract ideals. They are spiritual muscles that only grow under tension. And forgiveness might be the hardest workout of all. Forgiving another without an apology, forgiving yourself without condition, and forgiving life for not following your script. Resilience is another lesson written in bold ink. To fall again and again and still rise, even if you're scarred, limping, or afraid. Compassion, too. Some souls choose lives of caretaking, nurses, parents, shelter founders, knowing that true empathy is learned by carrying another's pain, not by watching from afar. And then there's detachment, releasing your grip on titles, opinions, even people, so love can be free rather than possessive. Losses and endings may feel like demolition, yet often they are only demolition of the cage. All these lessons point toward a single goal: awakening. They dismantle the illusions that say you are small, powerless, separate. But they whisper, they do not shout. A missed opportunity, a repeating pattern, a quiet restlessness. These are gentle taps on the shoulder. If you've ever grumbled, "Why does this keep happening?" That's the soul's alarm clock. Patterns echo until the lesson is learned. When you finally respond with a new choice, courage instead of fear, peace instead of retaliation, the pattern dissolves. That's contract work done. Synchronicities step in next. Think of them as breadcrumbs. Dreaming of an old friend and bumping into them the next day, reading the exact sentence you needed at exactly the right moment, landing a job you never applied for. Coincidence? Perhaps. But too many coincidences become a language. They are cosmic winks confirming that you're walking the road your soul paved. There's also the quiet certainty, the magnetic pull towards something you can't explain. Maybe you feel drawn to writing, or to the ocean, or to a particular country for no logical reason. The soul remembers what the mind has forgotten. And have you noticed how people appear or disappear at uncanny times? Some ignite you, some challenge you, some flicker like shooting stars and vanish. They were never random, they were chapters. When their lesson is learned, the contract closes with a silent click. Pain is not the enemy, pain is the portal. From the soul's vantage, suffering isn't failure, it's alchemy. Crisis forces you to ask larger questions. Who am I without this job, this relationship, this identity? Growth rarely happens in comfort. Frustration is a divine detour. Betrayal teaches boundaries and self-respect. Loss teaches the art of letting go. Even the people who provoke you are mirrors, revealing unclaimed parts of your own shadow and daring you to heal them. Yet contracts are not concrete walls. They are living documents. Your soul can renegotiate any clause. When you leave a toxic relationship, pivot careers, or redefine your beliefs, you are filing an amendment with the universe. Lesson integrated, ready for new terrain. Sometimes it begins as a quiet exhaustion, a restless knowing that enough is enough. That is the soul asking for an upgrade. The key to releasing outdated contracts is forgiveness, especially self-forgiveness. For staying too long ignoring red flags, downplaying your intuition. Forgiveness dissolves the energetic glue that keeps old stories replaying. Intention alone is powerful. A private conversation with your higher self, a heartfelt letter you never send, a meditation where you watch chords dissolve into light. All signal to the cosmic administrators that you are closing one file and opening another. But what about karma? People often blur karma and contracts together, yet they're different. Karma is consequence, the neutral echo of every action, thought, and emotion. Soul contracts are conscious choices made before birth. Karma rebalances, contracts direct. Sometimes they intertwine. Healing old karma can be written into new contracts. But karma never punishes, and contracts never trap. Both simply steer you toward growth. So, how do you read your own contract? Start with intuition, that gut yes or no that bypasses logic. Then listen to your dreams, recurring symbols, intense encounters, landscapes that feel more real than waking life. Dreams are encrypted memos from the soul, Meditation helps too. Silence loosens the mind's grip so deeper, knowing can surface. Patterns in your life are another clue. Whatever repeats is probably coursework. And remember, the universe is not hiding your contract from you. The slow uncovering is part of the curriculum. Sometimes, though, contracts start feeling suffocating. Maybe it's a family role that drains you, or a belief that says you must always put others first. When a contract devolves into a cage, it's time to tear it up. That doesn't erase the past, it transforms your relationship with it. Gratitude for the lesson. Goodbye to the limitation. Evolution requires endings. Finding your purpose ties everything together. Your purpose isn't always a grand public mission. Sometimes it's healing a lineage, raising a conscious child, transforming a tiny corner of the world by your presence. Purpose hides in what lights you up, even when it's hard work. If you collapse into bed exhausted, yet fulfilled, your soul is probably nodding in approval. Purpose cares less about what you do than who you become. To ground all this cosmic talk, let's walk through 3 practical practices that keep you aligned. 1. Contract journaling. Each night, write 1 recurring pattern you noticed and 1 new response you tried. Over weeks, you'll spot themes and see where the pattern dissolves. That's contract completion in real time. 2. Soul Council visualization. Close your eyes. Imagine a round table of elder, loving beings, including your higher self. Present a current struggle and ask, what lesson is hiding here? Sit in silence and capture the first image, word, or feeling. That's often the contract clause revealing itself. 3. Daily detachment drill. Choose 1 tiny thing each day to release. An outdated opinion, an item you no longer need, a grudge you've nursed too long. Detachment is a muscle. Flexing it in small ways prepares you for bigger releases with grace. As you practice, you may feel lighter, more synchronous, more alive. That's not magic, it's alignment. When you live the contract consciously, life stops whispering and starts singing. Now, 1 final truth. Every soul, no matter how wounded, can renegotiate. The cosmos is a dialogue, not a decree. If you're tangled in suffering that feels endless, remember, the pen is still in your hand. Declare aloud, I accept the wisdom, I release the pain, I choose an upgraded path. The universe will rearrange, sometimes subtly, sometimes with fireworks. Purpose is rarely a single destination. It's an unfolding state of being. It's the love you pour into midnight conversations, the courage you lend to strangers, the art you create with trembling hands. Your soul contract is a map to that state, but only you can walk it. And when you do, obstacles become stepping stones. And every chapter, joyful or brutal, reveals itself as sacred. So the next time life knocks you sideways, take a breath. Ask, what masterpiece is my soul sculpting through this? Listen for the answer in intuition, in dreams, in synchronicities. Then step forward, because you, courageous traveler, are exactly where you chose to be. And your contract, alive, luminous, and utterly unique, is unfolding perfectly.